You're not going to put 5% of your net worth in Dogecoin. You're going to put like a tiny little fraction because the risk is so high, but the return's high as well. Like it's kind of this thing where like you can get misled. You have to really calculate the risk out. I've never seen anything that beats Bitcoin over the long term in that lens as an investor. I think my views have changed a lot. I think it's valid that my thoughts have changed through the years too, because the ecosystem's changed. There's some validity to what they're saying, but there's also some things that are not valid. Like, it is true, Bitcoin is now probably within its last 100x, possibly last 10x, 10x to 100x. And we've had like something like tens of thousand X to get to this point. And so like I now think of Bitcoin as money, as hard money. If you were talking in the crypto sense, it's the equivalent of the US dollar without the fiat crap, but it's where you will pack your store of value. It's where you will, set and forget and go get on with your life. Now, if you want to try buying these altcoins, and try and get the 8,000x, yeah, that's possible. That's a profession. It's called trading. And it is a full-on amount of time to where you're going to make money or lose money. And whether you're good at it or not will determine whether you can get 8,000x or you lose all your money. 90% of traders lose their money. Only 10% win in leverage trading. I think often what happens, and like a lot of these guys may not have actually traded through multiple cycles, it's great, you will get, we did a survey of my friends in 2017. I think the average return from the start to the end was 170x, and Bitcoin did, if you caught the bottom and sold the exact top, it was 100x, right? And some of them did 100x overnight on some of the stuff. But I tell you, everyone lost their shirts once that bear market hit, right? And they were trapped in these coins. When the liquidity dried out, they couldn't sell these positions. All sorts of scamming happened. So it is a full-time job, and good luck to you to try that. Which it's great. You'll learn lots. In terms of investing, you can do that too. But I found that if you're going to invest, then it's really a venture capital game. You're going to have to do a lot of research. Maybe you need to learn how to read code, or have maybe a team of people. Some people are going to comb the GitHub and see if their code base is written well. You're going to comb their community. You're going to look at all these things. It actually takes a lot of time, like a venture capitalist, to go, this is a token supported by a team who are building something real, and they're backed by people, and it's listed, and it's like all these check marks. And like venture, it's another vocation, right? It's not like Bitcoin where you just back it and forget it. So there's validity, but these are vocations. These are actually jobs. And if you were just going to buy Dogecoin because it's going to go up and it's the meme coin, well, you're just gambling. And so the thing's valid. You can get your 8,000x if you're like the shitcoin Jesus. Some people can be like maybe 1 in 100, but most people will make money because everyone's a genius in a bull run till they're not a genius anymore. So it's kind of valid, but it's mixed. What you want to do is you want to risk reward, right? As an investor, you're looking at how much reward can I get at maximum for the minimum amount of risk. And so you can calculate that. It's called the Sharpe ratio, which is the ratio of the actual returns you can get divided by the risk being how volatile those returns are. And you can run that. And it just turns out Bitcoin over the long run, and I mean, you can't run this across 1 month, right? You got to run this over a long period to get a good thing on it. Bitcoin is the best. It beats Ethereum. It beats any other asset class by a long shot: stocks, real estate, emerging currencies.
Before we continue, help us clicking that YouTube like button and subscribe now to our channel. This shows the algorithm that you valued this information. And it helps us spread that message. Sharing is caring. And now, let's continue.
Say you're going to invest 5% of your net worth into Bitcoin. If you're going to do it in Dogecoin and you want to do a rational investment, you're not going to put 5% of your net worth in Dogecoin. You're going to put like a tiny little fraction because the risk is so high, but the return's high as well. Like it's kind of this thing where like you can get misled. You have to really calculate the risk out. Bitcoin's, I've never seen anything that beats Bitcoin over the long term in that lens as an investor. But if you're a trader, that's a different story. And I think that is what people end up doing. They want to trade, but that is another journey. And if you're going to take that journey, don't put too much in because your goal to trade is to learn as much as you can for the amount of money you're going to lose, because you will lose it. You're trading against other people, and if you're new, they're going to have more information than you do. I'm not a maximalist that if you sell your Bitcoins and you make an investment in some emerging smart contracts network that is working on creating a new technology base for, DeFi apps, I don't think that is going to threaten Bitcoin. Like, if I sell some of my US dollars, and I invested in a Silicon Valley startup, people who love US dollars don't come and troll me and say, you're weakening the US dollar by selling US dollars and buying the next, Google.
Yeah.
And that's the way I look at it. Is like, I'm maximalist on Bitcoin. It's going to be where I store most of my monetary, crypto wealth, is like, store it there, park it. But I think that there's a lot of things to be built. And I think that, like, as long as you can filter out the scams, and I think there are a lot of things you may call a scam in the space, more than other industries, but I'm used to startups and I know that investment cycle. And if I invest in a founder that's working on a new technology, and 95% of these startups fail because it's hard to make the next Facebook, right? I think it's like 98% before an accelerator funding, they fail. I don't call that founder a scammer, but you can frame that in crypto because of the way the reward dynamics work. And so I'm a maximalist, but I'm not, I think there's more scams in the Bitcoin world. So there's a validity behind this kind of toxicity that the maximalists throw at anyone who's not investing in Bitcoin and investing in this next thing, which is like competing against Bitcoin, which it isn't, So I think there's a lot of technology to be built on these monetary networks. I don't think it's going to be built on Bitcoin, not all of it, some of it, but there's use cases that need new technologies.
Do you want to know one thing about crypto? I made over 3,000% in profit in a few weeks. Fact is, the traditional financial system, the traditional money system makes you poor, not rich. If you want to earn $500,000, $1 million, you have to wait until you're 50, 60, 70 in the traditional financial system, and you probably will still be broke. And you will be old. This is not a sexy combination, as you can imagine. But the question is, how can you start in crypto and make these profits? Where to invest? Where to start? My name is Gunnar and I'm from Germany, as you can hear, and things are a little bit different in Germany. More about that later on. Fact is, there are lots of different cryptocurrencies. It's a gigantic universe where beginners and professionals get easily lost. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. There are 7 key steps you need to follow to become successful in this market. You have to know them, and if you fail one of them, it's literally impossible to succeed in this market. Just an example, one of the key points is your exchange, and one of the biggest are, for example, Binance and Coinbase. These are trusted and well-established exchanges, but, and this is a big but, You won't find the super profitable coins on those exchanges. The unknown super profitable coins that get gigantic profits are not traded on those kind of exchanges. They are traded on much smaller insider platforms that are barely known. And I can tell you what those super secret exchanges are and why they are so profitable. And another super important thing are the right information sources. The point is, the internet is gigantic. There are hundreds and hundreds of YouTube channels, blogs, pages, and much more. And there are also market makers and influencers. For example, Elon Musk, he is not a crypto guy, but the moment he recommended Dogecoin, it went through the roof, to the moon, so to say. But why did he recommend it? Where did he hear it from? He didn't hear it from newspapers. And believe me, he is listening to someone. But you have to know who, and you have to react before he is reacting. This is really, really important. And these are only 2 of the 7 steps you have to follow in order to be successful in crypto. And if you want to know all of these steps in much more detail, and if you want to have a comprehensive checklist, here's what you should do. There is a link below this video. Click on this link and you will get the opportunity to subscribe to my channel. Click on the link and you will see a video where I explain the next steps. So see you soon. Click on the link now. I'll see you there.